All right, so it's time for another drawing in the dark. And this episode is the last of season 2 and the last of the robot series. So I'm going to be drawing one of my absolute favorite robots. This guy is, the creator, Rob Schrab, huge influence. The thumbnail's pretty much already told you why or who it is. So no reason to try to be mysterious about that. But this particular drawing of Scud, I've drawn him a whole bunch of times. And as you can see, we're just working in with some basic shapes and stuff. This is all going at like warp speed, Well, actually, it's only like 3.5 times. So this piece came out pretty smooth without too much trouble, without a lot of struggling. Just kind of got right in it and just busted out. Had some real fun with it. I think it turned out great. And so I'm just working in the basic shapes, working out this this rough pose. I'm actually stealing this pose from another crow image, and no shame about that. I think it worked out great. I thought it was a great pose to try to put Scud in. And when things just come together, sometimes it just pours out. And in a lot of ways, this one really did. And so I was super excited for this one, especially being the last of the season. I'm done with drawing, this robot series. I'm going to be switching up a few things as far as like the thumbnail design for season 3. I'm also going to be working on just lists of 5 and not lists of 10. And then I think then, and I'm not totally going to try to like keep the lists like purely themed as far as I've done these past couple of lists for these past 20 episodes. I want to do shorter lists, less themed, or at least the theme being less overt or on the surface. And I really do want to be able to try to change it up, draw some stuff that's not so pop culture. I'm also intending on switching the drawing in the dark to a more of like a pop culture kind of playlist on the channel. And then, so I'm essentially going to rename what I'm doing for these pop culture drawings. And then from there, keeping drawing in the dark, but switching that to just more dark, creepy, original, not necessarily pop culture type stuff. And then that way I can split between these two paths of the darker, creepier stuff, and then more of the pop culture, cartoons, comics, movie characters, stuff like that, which I love drawing, but I also want to differentiate from that and kind of show the other stuff that I also like to do. So yeah, this drawing is, really just kind of grinding out in a really nice way. I was super happy with, the composition's pretty straightforward, just right down the middle, a nice vertical divide. I guess in some way I could have put them off a little bit to the left or to the right. Maybe that would have been better compositionally, but that wasn't something that stood out to me at all while I was drawing this. And even now, with the piece being done, I'm still really happy with how it turned out. I think I might even go back in and maybe make a video for the patrons coloring this one and doing a little bit more finishing work. Maybe taking some like heavier pen and stuff to it. I think that might be fun. So, I bumped the mic. This new mic, man, I'm still trying to get used to it. It has been problematic. But it's my first separate off-board mic. I bought these ones pretty cheap off of Amazon, and I'm definitely learning the value of microphones, these wireless microphones. But so far, it's better than the built-in mic on my phone, and I'm going to take it for that at least. But it is pretty sensitive. And so, as I just kind of speed paint my way through this drawing, do a little bit of shading, do a little bit of mostly just like contrast shading. there is a general light source that I'm following, but a lot of what I'm doing as far as the shading is really designed just to kind of try to make things stand out, to show the layers of stuff, the overlaps, the underlaps, trying to build up that volume so that things look a bit more dimensional and more interesting and stuff. And I think, keeping it fairly simple, not trying to get too wild. I did consider doing the background sky really, really dark. And I think that would have popped things out quite a bit. But it's a lot of work, and I'm not just trying to burn up pens here. So that was not a thing I pursued, really. But I'm working on a few other things. Just, I guess, is kind of like an update and review. I'm going to be making a couple of preview videos for my art books, the Curse of the Jade Monkey activity book, the All Skulls coloring book, and the comic book planner. Just a little like book tour, flip through and stuff, make a little video and stuff, showing off the insides and stuff as a promo. Try to sell some books, and then, of course, you're all welcome to buy them. They're listed on Amazon. Links are in the description. And this is in the drawing here. This is where I get just kind of real loose as far as like building out a rubble kind of destroyed landscape here. Super simple, real general kind of contrast based shading and stuff. Just trying to build volume and create a sense of setting, even in a very generic kind of way. It's just nondescript rubble chunks and stuff. And then that way I didn't have to worry too much about like referencing any detail or worrying about any other kind of accuracy or anything. And I could just kind of get to the environmental effects, which is really what I wanted out of it. I'm not trying to place him in a city or in a time period or anything like that. And so, with those kinds of considerations, I think if your purpose aligns with the lack of need for specificity, then you can get away with a lot of that kind of stuff. But if it needs to be in London, it should look like it's in London. You should be using landmarks and stuff, and really trying to get the piece to kind of say, hey, this is in London, without you ever having to tell anybody personally. That's one of the things about a piece of work, an illustration, a drawing, a painting, anything like that, is it's really got to stand alone without any explanation. I shouldn't have to explain really what's going on, what's happening, what the thing is, while you're looking at it and stuff, and kind of like justify it. Something like that really denotes as like an insecurity or even a failure in the piece. If your viewer really can't read, or discern the information that you've put in the image. And so that does tend to be one of the absolute most important factors in good communication, that and maybe better equipment. Deal with some of these microphone issues and stuff, maybe after this drawing. But anyway, we're done. And so check out the Pop Culture Classics podcast. That's where podcasts are found. Check out the t-shirts on jademonkey.net. Tons of designs. Got a lot of stuff. So many designs. And the art books. The activity book, the All Skulls coloring book, and the comic book planner. All cool stuff. Check them out on Amazon. The links are all in the description, and they are available right now. And then, check out the Patreon if you can. I do a ton of stuff there. I've been making a lot of other videos and stuff for the Patreon channel. Basically 2 a week, one here, and then one for the patrons. And then, come check out the stuff and see what we've got. All right. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll check you out later.